sat on her bed, staring at the blinking cursor on your phone screen. The text message you were about to send felt like a dagger through your heart, but you knew it was necessary. The distance between you and Jungkook had grown too vast, both physically and emotionally. You couldn't bear the ache in your chest every time you longed for his touch, only to be met with miles of empty space. You remember the first time you met Jungkook, the way his smile lit up the room and his laughter echoed in your ears. But now, those memories felt like distant dreams, fading with each passing day of separation. The reason for your breakup were as clear as day, yet they still store at your soul. The long-distance relationship had taken its toll on both of you. The late-night calls turned into brief texts, and the heartfelt messages became distant echoes in the void of silence. With trembling fingers, you typed out the words that would change everything. Jungkook, we need to talk, you began, your heart pounding in your chest. I think it's time we ended things. The distance between us is too much to bear, and I can't keep pretending that everything is okay. The tears filled up in your eyes as you hit send, the weight of your decision crashing down on you like a tidal wave. You knew it was the right thing to do, but it didn't make it any easier. As you waited for a response, the minutes stretched into eternity. Each second felt like an eternity, filled with uncertainty and fear of the unknown. Then, finally, his reply came. I understand, was all it said. But those two words fell like a knife through your heart. It was over. Your relationship with Jungkook has come to an end, and there was no going back. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. You tried to move on, to fill the void in your heart with distractions and fleeting moments of happiness. But no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. Jungkook's point of view. On the other hand, Jungkook found himself consumed by a profound sense of longing. Every moment spent apart from you felt like an eternity, each day dragging on as he counted down the hours until he could hear your voice again. He tried to bury himself in his work, pouring his heart and soul into his work in an attempt to drown out the ache in his chest. But no matter how busy his schedule became, he couldn't escape the gnawing emptiness that consumed him. Late at night, when the world was quiet and his thoughts were his only company, Jungkook would lie awake in bed, staring at the ceiling as memories of you flooded his mind. He missed the sound of your laughter, the warmth of your touch, the way you would look at him as if he were the only person in the world. It was during those quiet moments of reflection that Jungkook realized just how much he had lost. He had let the love of his life slip through his fingers, too caught up in his own ambitions to see what was right in front of him. And so, with a heavy heart, Jungkook made the decision to drive to your house. He had spent hours agonizing over whether it was the right thing to do, but in the end, he couldn't ignore the pull of his heart any longer. He packed a bag, grabbed his keys, and set off into the night, the miles stretching out before him like in endless abysses. But as he drove on into the night, his heart filled with hope and determination, knowing that no matter what happened, he had to drive. It took him hours to reach your house, the roads empty and the sky dark as he pulled up outside. His heart pounded in his chest as he climbed out of the car, his footsteps echoing in the silence of the night. He took a deep breath, distracting himself by what was to come, before walking up to your front door and knocking softly. The sound of tires crunching on gravel outside your house pulled you from your thoughts, and you peered out the window, heart racing in your chest. Could it be? Was Jungkook really here? You rushed downstairs, your hands trembling as you fumbled with the lock on the door. With a shaky breath, you swung it open, and there he stood, illuminated by the soft glow of the porch light. Jungkook, what are you doing here? You asked, your voice barely above a whisper. I couldn't stay away, he replied, his voice it was over, but I had to see you, Ryan, one last time. Tears filled up in your eyes as you looked into his earnest gaze. Despite everything that had happened, despite the pain and the distance, you couldn't deny the love you still felt for him. I missed you, Jungle, you admitted, your voice cracking with emotion. But I don't know if we can make this work. The distance is just too much. Jungle stepped closer, reaching out to brush a stray tear from your cheek. I know it won't be easy, Ryan, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make this work. I can't imagine my life without you. You hesitated for a moment, the weight of his words sinking in. Could you really give him another chance? Could you risk opening your heart to him again, knowing that the distance between you would still remain? But then, as you looked into his Jungkook's eyes, you couldn't let him go. Not now. Not ever. Okay, you whispered, a small smile tugging at the corners of your lips. Let's give this one more chance. Before you could utter another word, he closed the distance between you, his hands reaching out to cradle your face as his lips met yours in a kiss that ignited a fire within you. When he finally pulled apart, both of your breaths mingling in the cool night air, he looked into your eyes and saw a spark of something he had thought lost forever. Hope. I love you, Ryan, he whispered, his voice raw with emotion. Your lips curved into a smile, your eyes shining with unshed tears as you reached up to brush a stray lock of hair from his forehead. I love you too, Jungkook, you replied, your voice filled with a quiet certainty that made your heart soar.